All right, I'm here with a former welterweight world champion and Australian boxing legend, Jeff Horn. Jeff, mate, a lot happening in Australian boxing right now, but one of the major talking points is potential fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Tim Tszyu, which is set to happen later this year. Mate, you've been in there with the best fighters in the world and someone who has been in the ring with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, someone you fought. How do you see this fight going? Errol Spence Jr., Tim Tszyu?
Look, it's an interesting one, that's for sure. But I feel like Tim surely has to be favourite for this one, even though both guys have had some pretty bad defeats of recent. Well, not really. Um, with Spence, he's been out and for quite some time, so I think that inactivity is probably not too good for him. And Tim's at least been active. He has had some bad losses, but I would have to be leaning towards Tim for this one.
Hmm. What do you made of Tim Tszyu's last couple of years? Obviously, the Sebastian Fondora defeats and that Buckram fight. We saw Buckram just lose a couple of weekends ago. Um, what do you made of Tim Tszyu's career, I guess, since you fought in 2020 to those couple of losses last year?
Um, Look, he has come up against it, that's for sure. He's had some tough losses, but look, he's still doing all right. He's still up there. He's still spoken about. He just needs to bounce back and get a good victory under his name again to kind of shoot himself back up there.
Are you surprised that after such bad loss against Fondora, particularly the second one, are you surprised he's still getting a name like Errol Spence? I mean, Errol's a massive name, particularly in the US.
Oh, not really. I guess Errol's been out for quite some time, and they're probably offering him probably some half decent coin to probably come over here or where is the fight? Is the fight's over there?
I think it could be here, but there's potential for Dallas as well.
Yeah.
That's
So
just,
I think they probably know there's probably going to be it's a bigger payday for Spence. He probably hasn't had any offers, probably like he's possibly going to be getting for this one, and I think that's what's probably drawing him to go. Yeah, he sees Tim Tszyu as a weakness as well. He goes, oh, he's not too good. He's had a couple of losses against the top guys out there, so he probably thinks it's a good bounce back fight for him and a good payday as well.
you've been in the ring with Terence Crawford. Spence has been in the ring with Crawford, and everyone sort of goes on about how Crawford, put a beat down on him. From your perspective, how much better are the Crawfords, the Spencers compared to the other guys? You've been in the ring with Tim, you've been in the ring with Crawford. What are the sort of obviously different stages of their career, but is there anything in particular that stands out to you?
Uh Like I've been in there with Crawford. He was just so frustrating. He was a frustrating person to be in there with. I still, I guess, got him with a couple of shots, but he was very smart and wore me down in there and was able to obviously stop me. Um, but I guess the same. I had the same with Tim. I thought I could get in there with Tim and and bust him up, and because I thought he was not at my level, but I definitely learned the lesson which I've learned multiple times over my boxing career. Don't underestimate anyone, but it's very hard to do that sometimes. And every time I've done it, I've got my ass handed to me.
So, what's your verdict on this one, Errol Spence, Tim Tszyu? How does it play out?
It's such a good question. I think Tim Tszyu for the win. Going for Tim. I hope he can get the victory and bounce back, but um, who knows?
Hmm.
I really don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Spence has been inactive for quite some time, so I think that's going to be a big telling factor in this fight if it was to go ahead.
Hmm. Um, last time we spoke, mate, was the big controversy up here in Brisbane between Nikita Zoo and Michael Zerafa. 4 weeks on from that night. Any further reflections from yourself, looking back?
Yeah, it was just an odd night. It just didn't really make sense. I don't know if Michael was mentally all there on the night and kind of dug himself a little bit of a hole, but look, he did get a cut. We all saw he got a cut. We don't know how that affected him, and I'm still on the fence of like, I guess we can't destroy the guy and um, get up in too much because we know, like with what I'm doing with Bullyproof Australia, is people's mental health is very important, and um, he got a lot of flack from doing what he did, and I think if we just keep going on and on about it, it's not good for anyone.
Hmm. What would you urge Michael to, if he's not mentally, I guess, there to retire from the sport of boxing? Because it's a brutal, sort of unforgiving sport, boxing.
It is a dangerous sport to be in for sure if you're not all mentally there or you've lost the hunger for it. So yeah, if he is in that position, maybe it's the best time to hang him up. But I don't know if he's quite at that stage yet. I think if he was to have that fight with Nikita and he was to have lost to him badly, then maybe he would have probably said, okay, I'll hang up the gloves, or maybe he would have tried again, had a rematch or something in there to hopefully get him again, and then maybe hang him up.
Hmm. Um, One of left field. Would you ever fight again, Jeff? I mean, there's talk of, Nikita Zoo's on the right. Would you ever entertain something like that?
I am very happy where I am on the sidelines watching the guys get beat up now. I don't have, I don't think I have the hunger in it anymore to 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 compete at that level. That's the main fact of it. It would take a crap load. I don't know. Basically, it just comes down to money because I'm not fighting for titles or anything like that. There's no way I would be given the opportunity even for that. But um, I just can't see it ever happening.
Mm, mm. So just back on the Michael Zerafa one and the retirement. When you retired, was it more of a mental thing than the physical?
I think it was more mental. I think physically, as I said, I'm probably still good even now physically. Like I'm not. I don't feel I haven't got aches and pains in my wrists, my arms, my legs. Like I still feel young, but mentally, I know I don't have what it takes to get in there and basically put my life on the line for a victory in the boxing ring.
Mm, mm. Um, Another Queenslander, Liam Paro, is set for a massive fight next month against Lewis Crocker. Any thoughts on his showdown?
I don't know too much about Lewis Crocker, to be honest. I know a lot about Liam Paro. I did a lot of sparring with him, and he's an absolute weapon. And he's very good at picking people apart and getting the victory. So I'm really excited to be watching him continue on his career and hopefully make it back to the top.
Hmm. Having been someone who has held the belt there at welterweight, if Liam is to win this fight and capture a belt, what sort of opportunities open up when you're a world champion?
Look, there's massive opportunities when you get your way all the way up there, and if you start speaking what you want, and I know Liam's likes a challenge, he'll be speaking of the big names out there, and Manny Pacquiao took the bait for it over here, and he's the biggest name basically in the sport, or one of the biggest names in the sport. So I'm sure some other guys out there would be very interested in taking on Liam Paro, either here in Australia or overseas.
Right, mate. Last one for today. One of your Olympic teammates, Joe Opetaia, is making waves there at the cruiserweight division. What have you made of Jai's career the past couple of years, and how far can he go in this sport?
Yeah, look, Jai's an absolute weapon. He's a freak of the sport. Um, I would It would be absolute nightmares for me to be standing across the ring from him. He's a big boy and he can punch really, really hard, and I think he's proven that in his fights. But it's not just physically the ability of Jai; it's his mental attitude to it and wanting the titles and wanting the belts and wanting to be classified as the very best out there. And I think he is a very, very dangerous man at this time of his career.
Mm. What what I guess does Jai have that'll make him undisputed there at cruiserweight? There's talk of a Zerto fight or perhaps Benavidez. What does Jai have that can get him a win in these sort of fights?
Look, Jai has it all. Jai has the skills, he has the power, he has the movement. Like there's not much the kid can't do. Well, I can't call him a kid anymore. I've gone back to the Olympic days with him. There's not much the man can't do. So Jai is an absolute weapon. He can box, he can brawl, he can do everything out there. He's definitely one of the best fighters we have at the moment.
Mm. Did you see anything in him back then that you knew he'd go on this far?
Um, it was hard to say. I guess he was a cheeky kid back then.
Mm.
Even though he was very good, but you just don't know how people are going to go on their path, whether they're able to fully commit. Because I guess it was very young of him to start and to, I guess, keep going for as long as he has already. He's been going for quite some time. He's done it for longer than I have. Um, but he's very talented and he's getting the rewards now in the later end of his boxing career, which is what he deserves for all the hard work he's put in.
Now, mate, what's a typical day like for Jeff Horn? What do you get up to nowadays, mate? You're doing some good
Oh,
work
mate.
there, bullyproof
Uh,
as well.
yeah, a lot of bulletproof stuff. Been on the computer a fair bit, trying to improve this program as much as possible for the start of this year. There's always going to be improvements, so how we're going to make it better. Going to do talks at schools, which is really fun. I like doing that. I've got another one coming up soon, so I just go share my story of what I've done in my boxing career and what life was like in the early years of primary school and high school. And yeah, it's pretty cool to look back and share this with the kids and inspire them for their future.
Nice one, mate, and always appreciate your time. Thanks so much, mate.
No
Thank
worries,
you.
Jai. Thank you.